Se on Sporttikorneri aikaa ja tällä kertaa se on seitsemäs Sporttikorneri, jonka me yhteistyössä Lapin monipalvelun ja OP Kemin seudun kanssa toteutetaan. Vieraana FC Kemin pelaajavalmentaja Boris Cizmar. Welcome Boris, our Sporttikorneri.
Thank you.
So Boris, how's it going?
It's going good. We're recovering from the previous two games and getting ready for the new two games that are coming this weekend.
Yeah, last weekend against Esa-Pekka win 1-6 there in Joutsa, and Sunday Jyväskylä, tough place to play. Monnari there in Riemu also. But
Yes, Riemu is always uncomfortable opponent. We always have problems with them. They play aggressive, high press, and they managed to surprise us 2-3 times already. So I think that this was important weekend for us. We knew that this was a potential game that we can have problems with. And of course we try to keep position number 1 before playoffs to have a home court advantage. But I think we prepared the game well. And what we agreed on the trainings and what we worked, that players adopt, and they did it on the game, and the result came, of course.
Yeah, Riemu was last year playoffs games, and first game in Tervahalli also this season. Tough team. You say that it's high pressure, but why also? What else? The Riemu is why is difficult team?
They are a hard-working team. I know also their coach. He was now at UEFA be licensed with me. They are a committed team. They are working hard. They are trying to do a good analysis of each team to prepare their games. And most importantly, they have very good chemistry. They're friends because they study together. So I think that combination of all these things are bringing them good results. And I think that in future, next few years, they will have better and better results because I see that they are committed. They are hard workers.
Yeah. What about Josep? That was it started. It's not what easy games also.
It's never easy when you play away. We saw that after us next day they played 4-2. It was 3-2 at the one point also over there. So even if the team is fighting to stay in this league, whoever plays at home court, it's not easy to take easy points. As we know, whoever we play against, that everybody likes to compete with the best teams. So always I believe that favorite teams, when they're playing with a lower position table teams, are taking maybe these games easier, but also the teams that are weaker or that are, let's say, lower point table ranking, they have bigger fighting commitment, that they want to prove themselves against better teams. So always it's difficult if you do not open the game well, if you don't score at the right time, you can always have potential problems in that kind of games.
But 6 points there last weekend, and that's what you want and need.
Yes, that was the plan. Like I said, we are going game by game, and we try to keep position number 1 before the playoffs.
Yeah, of course. Okay, you have a next weekend 2 games, and 7 days you play 4 games. It's a tough thing.
Very tight schedule, and as we all know, we had this World Cup, then Europe Cup, then we had Corona situation that some teams had to, next to us as well, postpone some games, and now it's coming all like a payback. So now we have to play a lot of games in a small time. So I think it will be very hard physically, but of course this is something that I said to our players, it's like a test before the playoffs, because playoffs we play a lot of games in a small time frame. So this will be like exam for us. We have now Esa-Pekka for the Saturday game. Next game we play with Kadi, then we have derby game Wednesday with Topeve. So this is all for me like small preparation before playoffs, physically and mentally for the players.
Okay, but if we go there, Saturday is a Esa-Pekka day. This season they come to the league. Now they play in the line to go to the playoffs, or even it's possible that they go
they're
down.
trying to stay in the league. So as we know that this kind of teams are never easy. They try to fight for every point. So they're trying to win as much points as they can to stay in the league. They are not coming, of course, here to give up. So we know that, again, like I said before, it's not easy if you do not open the game well with some goals. it can be a problem in the second half then, and you can have bigger problem of finishing the game.
Yeah,
So you have to take these games very seriously with serious approach, not to take them easily.
Yeah. There's also the new coach in Esa-Pekka. So you watch them how they have a little bit changed their games.
We're analyzing game by game, and we saw how they play. Like we saw, most of these teams are physically good, physically strong, and they're trying to base their games on pivot game. So we know already how we will play, and like we play with most of the teams that play that kind of style. What should we do to close that kind of games?
Okay. And then Sunday is the caddy. It's always tough games come last year final, and
this is always nice games to play. You play against the best teams. We want to test each other, I believe, before the playoffs. Both teams, we want to maybe try some things that we will try to use in playoffs. So these games are very interesting for the people to watch, but also it's interesting for us to play. I said always to players that this is the best games you can play. With these lower teams, you're usually fighting more than you should, less playing sometimes. The game is not always beautiful and nice. When you play with good quality teams, it's nice to play as well as nice to watch.
That's true. And when you play the place number one, so it's a hard and tough game come. And also there is Italo Pop.
That game is maybe the decisive game when it comes to first place on the table. We have at the moment 4 points advantage. We know that if we win, we will have 7 points, which is I think a big amount of points difference before the last few games. So I think that with that game, most probably we can stay number one. But it's not decisive, it's not crucial. Like we said, that we try to use now this tight schedule and this 4 or 5 games, because they're in short time frame as a preparation for playoffs, to see what can we expect there and how some of our players will respond to that big amount of games in a short time frame. So we'll know who can we depend on more, who can we depend on less when the tough games come.
What do you think about that Italo Pop? It's playing like 11 games and to the 23 or 4 goals.
He's always a dangerous player. He's a good striker. He has a natural feeling for goal, and it's always difficult to close him. I think that until now, when we played, we did a pretty good job, but again, it's never easy. When you play against somebody who is individually good, who is individually dangerous, sometimes you have to adopt your game to close a player like that. But like I said, this is just a test before the playoffs, and we will try to think about our game more than about Kali game. So we will try to focus on things that we need to do on the court, and to see if the players will respect that, and if they will be able to do that. If not, do we need to change something before playoffs? So I believe that this game is really a really good test.
Of course. Then it's in this area for people who what's the futsal? It's a derby game against OPV.
This is always like a special game here in Lapland. They always like to watch these games. Although I believe that this year we have a much more quality team than OPV at the moment. They lost some players in the last season, but that games are never easy, because as we know, always there is an extra sparkle, extra fire in that kind of games. So I think it will be very interesting for the people to watch live finally after this corona restrictions. They can enjoy in the games.
That's true. I believe that now it's open, that Tervahal is full booked. I hope.
We hope. We are happy to play again in front of our people. We are happy to see them back.
And the last one is Aka. It's all. I believe that the best 3 teams, Kemi, Kari and Aka, in the league.
Yes, at the moment, and GFT, of course, they are a very good team, and also this year. So we have, like we said, tight schedule with very strong teams. But again, when the playoffs start, it's all good teams to play with. So that's why I said that this is an repeat test for the playoffs. We'll have a very strong games, good games in a small time frame. So this will be a test for us.
Like you are now saying it that it's a tight that lots of games short time. But if you compare to the whole season, first was a World Cup, then was repaired to the European Championships, then it was national team break and Christmas break, and then after that
this year we had a lot of breaks.
Yeah.
It was unusual, but this is something that we knew that it will happen in the first part of season. So also we couldn't work very good. All the clubs, I believe, all the coaches, all the time players were absent. So this is something that that we knew that it will come. But now finally in the second part of season we have all the team back. We can focus on the work, and our actual work started now after January, after everything is finished.
Yeah.
When it comes to national teams. So I believe that now games will be better and better from each team, and I think that these playoffs this year are maybe the strongest in the last, I don't know how many years in Finland. If you compare the teams, the level of the teams, the level of the players, especially after this Europe results that Finnish national team made that are excellent results, I think that this is maybe the toughest playoffs ever.
Yeah. That's true, and we definitely hope and wait those games started, the playoffs. It's also possible that it's the first playoff round is against Topeve.
It's possible, yes. So we can be in playoffs with the derby games, which will be also interesting for the people here to watch.
Yeah.
But there is still 5-6 games left, and I think that there is a very small difference between the teams that one game can change from 2 to 3 positions difference. So I think that until the last game, nobody will know for sure about positions on the table.
Yeah, of course. How about your own season?
It was a little bit upside and downs because of this national team breaks. Like I said, we couldn't train much quality. So I think that now after January, all the players individually started to perform much better. They started to play better. We started as a team to play better. So I believe that good games are coming.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Boris Cizmar, and good luck those next weekend and next week's games.
Thank
and of course to the playoffs.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Welcome.